the bottom. From the bottom. You know we got it. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Hit the snooze button, hit your alarm. Coming to you live, episode. We lost count. It's been that many, you heard me. But we got a special guest today. The homie home Chrissy Chris.
Detroit Chris.
That wasn't okay, Chris, Detroit. Coming to you live, man. Give us a little background about yourself.
That's what Cal said to call me, Detroit Chris. So
he do.
You had a special guest named Chris last week, so
yeah.
I'm
Chris
Detroit
B.
Chris. Chris B. Okay, so now you know the difference. Well, Detroit Chris is from Detroit.
There you go.
That would be bad to call you Detroit Chris and you from Chicago.
I don't know. Maybe you call it because I always wear Detroit hats. Nah,
and you got the big old D.
I'm just a frequent baller at the Y. I play with both you guys.
He's a hooper.
Try to use my strength to overpower people like Cal.
Work
all the time.
Hey, it's exhausting.
I'm new to the greater Seattle area. I've only been up here for about 2 years now. Trying to make a name for myself and just trying to make it work. And from Arizona. I was burning alive down in Arizona, so I needed a little change in scenery and up here with my family, trying to live a dream and raise some independent, successful black men because we need more in society.
Yes,
that's what I'm talking about.
Do. That's true all day, man. All right, y'all. We about to go ahead and kick this off right straight. First topic of the day. Mr. Chris, reality experience, man. Let us know.
Yeah, you gotta tell us
reality
about this.
TV, let us know.
He was on I Love New York.
Oh, flavor.
I don't like New York.
Nah.
Actually, I like the city. No, I was on MTV's Next. And, man, this is like the craziest. I already gave you a bunch of crazy stories offline, but this one's pretty crazy, too. I was out one night in Arizona. I was at this bar named Zuma. And this, girl walked up to me, this white girl. She was attractive, so I gave her some of my time. And she was like, yeah. It's like, take my card. And it's like, you should come down and audition. Like, I run a couple TV shows for MTV, and I was like, "What?" So yeah, she's like, you have a good personality. You should come audition. I'm like,
Benji's.
I was like, all right. She's like, yeah, we're looking for. She said she was looking for a suitor for MTV's Next.
A suitor?
So let me explain the difference.
Okay.
A suitor is the person that gets to choose between the girls that come off the bus on MTV Next. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So. I don't know, hold on to that for a little bit.
We're gonna do
so
that.
I went into the interview after work one day. It was at this building in Tempe, and there's these two guys interviewing me, and they were asking me all sorts of like weird questions, and they really dug my personality. Like they're oh, you're perfect. Like we like you. You're one of the best ones we interviewed out of the last couple months. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So
damn.
Yeah, seriously.
Damn.
We hit it off really well. It was like basically talking to my friends because they were asking you questions like that. What's the wildest time, what's this and that? So it was real easy for me to just be myself. So I got an email that said, okay, on what this was in the summer. No, it was in the spring. On June 3rd or something like that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna send a limo.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna drive you to the airport.
Oh snap!
You're gonna have a limo pick you up when you get
Auto
there.
treatment.
I'm gonna be staying at a hotel on Venice Beach.
Oh,
all paid for.
Oh,
I was like, damn, this is.
Dang, they do you like that?
So, on June 2nd, I ended up with one of the worst stomach bugs I ever had in my life. And I had, and I called up. I can't remember the girl's name. See, I told you some names I don't remember. But I called her up, and I was like, I can't go. I'm very, very sick right now. It's like, I'm really sorry. I really wanted to do this. And she's like, we really wanted you on the show. Like, so maybe we can book you at a later date. And I was like, oh, that'd be great. And so she's like, I'll give you a call back and let you know. So about 4 or 5 hours later, she does give me a call back. She's like, we have an opening in 2 weeks. However, you would be a dater. So what happens is my position changes now. Now I'm on the bus, and the girl is a suitor, and she has to pick the guy that she wants. But I'm like, it's a so all paid expenses trip to California to stay on Venice Beach for a night and go do this show, get free food, get paid at the end of the show.
You ain't tripping.
And be on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, as corny as it sounds, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I do. Nice limo picks me up, takes me to the airport, take the flight, not very long flight from, Phoenix to LA. Get off, the limo driver has the car with my name on it. I felt like a celebrity.
Celebrity stuff. Look, red carpet. What a carpet that look.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, it must be somebody else. So I went into the limo. He took me to this like vintage ass hotel. It was an older hotel, but it was kind of remodeled, but it's right on Venice Beach.
Ooh.
And he was like, they told me to tell you that you have to be up at 6 a.m. The limo can pick you up and you'll come out. And I'm like, damn, 6 a.m? The hell wrong with y'all? This ain't a full-time job.
Man.
And he thought that was so funny. The limo driver, he's like, you got to be out here though, man. Some black guy. I was like, all right, no problem. So I went upstairs to the room, and the room was real basic. You got like just a bed and a TV and an old bathroom. And I was like contemplating. It was like 7 p.m. I was like, should I just go to sleep so I can make sure I'm up? That's probably a good idea. But I'm on Venice Beach. I'm like, man, I should go out there.
You should go work out. You should go listen.
I should go out there, and go, walk around and stuff. But I didn't. I was like, I'm going to be responsible. I regret that. If I could go back, I would have went out.
Oh, man, he said responsible.
Definitely. I got a free hotel room. I could have, I would have went out and had some fun, man. But I didn't. I woke up at like 5 o'clock, took a shower and stuff, and got out there. And the limo drove me like 40 minutes into LA. We get to the studios, and the bus is sitting there. And they're like, here, you go up on the bus first while we're waiting for everybody to get here. They're going to give you breakfast and stuff, and we're going to start filming. So I get on the bus, and all these guys are on there. So it's me. It's this weird-ass dude named Garrett. So let me tell you what this show does it. They pick 4 guys. They pick 3 guys. Oh, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They pick 5 guys. 4 of those guys are guys that she might be interested in. And then they pick 1 guy who totally doesn't belong there. Garrett was the one that didn't belong there. He is like dorky Dungeons and Dragons dude. Like, he didn't belong
Folklore.
there. And obviously she would have nexted him, and they put him in there because that's what drives people to the show, to see people get next. Then there was this guy named Dan from Connecticut. He was this white kid. He was like kind of like an Abercrombie kid, but he was real pale. Like he was pale. He never seen the sun.
White
never
wallpaper,
heard of the sun before. But he was a cool cat. Then there was this guy, his name was Mike, and he was like the epitome of like Steve Stifler, like from American Pie movies. The way he act, he even looked like him, he talked like him. He was a ton of fun because he was funny. And then there was this other black kid on the bus with me named Josh, and Josh was cool too. Well, as soon as they say, hey, we got some breakfast for you guys, we go out and we eat the breakfast, and we're about to start filming, and like it's so corny, man. I can't explain how corny it is, but the best part about that is being on the bus with the producer and the cameraman. The producer and the cameraman was some of the coolest guys I've ever talked to. We're sitting there arguing about sports, pushing each other, talking to each other, drinking Red Bulls, stopping in between takes to get makeup done. So this is how this whole thing went. So they were like, okay, the girl is out there now. We're going to randomly select one of you guys, and you guys are going to go out first. Yeah. So the random select is Dan.
Okay.
Dan's the pale guy from Connecticut. So Dan gets up and he walks off the bus, and they're supposed to close the door because we're not supposed to know what happened. But I guess the guy was talking to the producer. They're supposed to close the door, and he didn't. And as soon as Dan walked off the bus, he got next. Instantly next.
Oh,
that girl's
serious?
like, next. We weren't supposed to know. So we're on the bus laughing hysterically that this guy got next. And we're not supposed to know. So Eric's like, you guys are not supposed to know. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. You know, when he comes back on the bus, we're going to have to play it off like we don't know and all this stuff. So he gets back on the bus, and I'm basically the comic relief. I'm the one that's cracking jokes and making fun of people. So they're just like feeding me. They're like, hey, you need to do this, do that. And so we get on the bus, and I'm just ripping on Dan. And he's just taking it. He's a good guy, you know what I mean? But he was very upset that he got instant next. But the random select picked Mike, who's Steve Stifler. Yeah. And so I'm like, oh, this guy's about to get next because he's a freaking creepo pervert.
He's a creepo
He
pervert.
goes off the bus.
Uh-huh.
Never comes back. She actually kept him out there the whole time. So I never even got to see the girl until the episode was filmed. I never got to see her. But
are you serious?
But the relationships I built with the guys on that bus was just a ton of fun. Everybody was so cool, man. And then I found out some crazy stuff. So the other black guy on the bus, Josh, he's younger than me. He's like 3 years younger than me. It turns out Josh, he was from Arizona. He came in from Arizona. All the rest of the guys from California. He was going to ASU. Okay. He went to my rival high school. How the hell? In Michigan. He went to Rochester Adams High School. Him and his brother went to Rochester Adams. I went to Rochester. And he was out in ASU because that's where he went to college, and he got picked for this show. So somebody from my town that I went to high school in was on this show with me. I couldn't believe that. It's just a small world, man.
It's amazing how small the world is, man.
So, anyway, my mom recorded the episode because my mom loves to record that I'm in on TV. Because I've been on TV before. I'll tell y'all that story too. But everything that I've been on TV, she finds hilarious. So she recorded the episode, and I finally got to see the girl. And man, she was all right. Like them girls,
AKA she was poop.
Some of the girls that I was
don't
seeing
sugarcoat it. She was poop.
Were like way better than that girl.
She was chef,
but
huh?
She seemed like she was cool, but nah. But I never got to meet her. And then the funny part is that Mike was like, because at the end the girl gets a choice. She can ask you if you want to do another date, or say no and then take the money. But the guy also gets that choice. Oh. And so she was like, I think I want to do another date with you. You seem cool. And Mike's like, nah, I'm going to take the money. And then went back on the bus, and we clowned her on the bus at the end of the episode. Yeah, so it was pretty funny. But it was a real corny time watching that episode. And I used to have it on a cassette tape.
He said cassette. That must have been old.
I lost it. Like after my mom moved, I don't have it
YouTube.
no more.
Wait,
I tried to YouTube it.
Cassette tape or a VHS?
VHS, my bad. A VHS, my bad. I'm getting a little bit too vintage over here, but yeah, I had it on VHS. I had a bunch of stuff on VHS that I'm glad I lost. But now that we're talking about it, I want to see that because see how corny it is.
I want to see it too, man. That junk sound like
what was the girl's name again?
Next. I don't know. I ain't never meet her.
You're right.
That's it, man. I was cracking jokes on the bus with the producer.
I know. Shoot, man. And then the producer was cool. He was emailing me like weeks later all the time. We keep talking and stuff. And he's like, I'm going to try to get you in on Real World. Because I told him, I was like, I'll do Real World if you want. He's like, yeah, man, you got a great personality for it. But then they went through auditions. And he had got sent off to a different department when that happened. And so he wasn't able to help me get in on the audition. But I still talk to him from time to time. I haven't talked to him in a couple years now. But I did talk to him for a while. He's a cool cat. And I wish him the best. I hope he's doing good. But here's another side story because, you guys got to know this one too. And this one involves basketball. So you guys remember when 9/11 happened, when the planes hit the towers and stuff, right?
When that in February 11th, 2000.
So this story here, oh my God.
You threw me off.
So I remember where I was when that happened because I was young. I was in 10th grade. And when you see stuff like that happen on TV, you're so used to seeing violence on TV that it takes a while for you to process that that's really happening.
Yeah.
Because when you see a movie, it looks real. Yeah. So I'm sitting in chemistry class and my teacher's like crying and going crazy. And I'm seeing this on TV and I'm so shocked. I don't know what's going on. But eventually they let us out of school. So everybody's let out of school, go home, and all they're playing on TV on every channel is that. So it's really nothing for a kid to do. So I was like, all right, let me go ask my neighbor if he wants to go play some ball. So he's like, all right. So we walk all the way up to the Borden Park to play basketball, and it's like a ton of kids up there playing. So we're playing some ball and stuff, and I'm having a real good day playing basketball. Like, I'm doing really good, hitting every shot, driving to the hole, getting steals, rebound, everything. Fox 2 News came up to the basketball court. Fox 2 News.
2?
Like, yeah.
Fox 2.
And they were like interviewing us, and this girl came up to us and was like, yeah, like, how could you be out here playing basketball with such a tragedy happen in our nation? And we're like, well, we're kids, and it's terrible what happened, but I mean, the only thing we had to do was sit around the house, so we came out and did something. But they were kind of making it seem like we were horrible people because we were out there playing basketball. Like, what if we were trying to get our minds off things? I mean, that wasn't
harsh
a good
for
look.
kids, yeah.
But we let it go because we were going to be on TV. You know what I mean? So we didn't really care. We were like, oh, we're just going to be on TV and stuff. So I called my mom and I said, Mom, when you get home from work, because she was flying in, I said, you record tonight's news when you get home because I'm going to be in the news, right? So she landed, she got home, she recorded it, but then she had to leave the next day to go back out on another flight. But she came back on the weekend. She came back on Saturday. And I was like, hey, Ma, you know, I was catching up with her. I was like so excited. I was like, did you record the news? And my mom looked at me. I swear, she looked at me for like 5 seconds and she just busted out laughing super hard. And I'm like, what's so funny? And she's like, oh, you got to find out right now. So she put the tape on of the news. And I told you I was having a really good day, right? I was. But there was one play that didn't go my way. And that was the play that they decided to put up on the news while they were explaining why they were at the basketball court. And man, it was bad. I was at the top of the key and I did a crossover for the guy who was guarding me.
He lost.
And I came down. I was going for a layup. And I swear this older guy, jumped behind me. And he LeBron James swatted my shit so far. I mean, he blocked the crap out of me. And it was on live TV. And my mom was laughing so hard. She kept rewinding it. And then later that day, she took it over to my cousin's house and showed all my cousins. So they were all making fun of me, too, because I was getting blocked. They watched that. They rewound that thing like 40 times,
on
man.
TV.
It was so embarrassing. So my 2 TV moments were definitely embarrassing. So I just wanted to get that one out there. That's good.
Man, embarrassing.
God damn, I ain't got me thinking if I was on TV.
Man, were you?
It's still good fun, learning experience.
I can see you being natural if you was on TV. That boy Cal's a fool. Call him Mr. Free Money.
Man, who you telling? I don't know if I could be on TV.
You don't think so?
Nah,
I think it'd be
they
bad.
wouldn't want me on TV.
They wouldn't want me on TV. It'd just be too natural to me. I'd be like, hey, if it's a blooper, keep it in there. Don't take that out, man.
I end up taking the mic from him.
Man, microphone check, give me that.
It's just funny, though, because you guys never really realize how much fun you have behind the scenes. I have more fun behind the scenes than I do actually filming. So
that's how it is. Yeah, that's how you can see it is.
You would like it.
So are you going to be on Love and Hip Hop Seattle?
Hell no. I ain't never do no shows like that.
You sure?
No, I was young when I did Next Gentleman. I was like,
saying you still is
how old was
young,
I, like
bro.
23?
He going to be on the Bad Guys Club.
Yeah, right. I ain't going to be squaring up every 2 seconds on that. Get out of here. My time on TV's over unless I'm starring in the movie.
I know, right? That'd be gangster right
there.
there.
What kind of movie you talking, Chris?
Like, I could be the black guy and Get Out, you know, just being all out of his mind and stuff.
Black mind and Get Out? Are you sure? Because, man, it's so. Would you say?
Common, right?
Now, would you say that's like a more of a southern or northern relationship within like the family?
What you mean?
Like the interracial couple, but who would you say is like more racial or racist? Someone from the north, people from the north or the south.
Oh, you crazy? It's from the south.
Yeah, from the south.
You sure?
Yeah, definitely.
Cause I ain't
Ain't
gonna
no
lie.
doubt in my
Unless
mind,
you're
man.
from Idaho or Montana, then it's
Sunset.
different.
Oh, yo, man, in Montana, Boy, me and the boys got a look from somebody. I kid you not. I was like, the only thing that saved us was the little dog that was following us. I kid you not. Cujo was following us, son. He kept us calm.
A little dog. Cujo sound like a Rottweiler.
Man, he was, man. He was like damn the bigger than the boys.
Didn't I tell y'all I got stories for days?
Oh, man.
Y'all want to hear about a racist experience, a real bad one, man? Talk about going on the camping trip in Utah with two black guys, two Mexican guys, and an Arab guy. Yeah.
Now
all of us went on a camping trip.
Hey, now
and
one
we
Caucasian.
were next to these racist ass white biker people, and I swear we were just trying to be.
They got the Bin Laden beard.
No. It's Sam. Sam's Saudi. He's from Saudi Arabia, but we were grilling some meat, and I guess we were grilling on their grill by mistake because it's kind of close, and it was a guy and a girl, like an old white guy and an old white lady, and they were bikers. They were obviously very racist. They were like, you can't be grilling on our grill and blah, blah, blah. We were like, oh, and Vinik, which is my friend, he's a black guy, but he's real calm. He's like, oh, we're sorry. We didn't know, trying to diffuse the situation. They're like, yeah, get your freaking meat off our grill. And it's like tripping out on us, right? And my buddy Vinny, he's a stocky kind of, Mexican guy. But if you look at him, he looks like he's from Fall Out Boy. Like he's like real emo and stuff.
Yeah.
But he used to be a cholo.
A cholo.
So Fall Out Boy is a band.
Churro?
No, a cholo, like a gangster, a Mexican gangster.
Oh,
like gangster Mexican.
Talk about churro.
Right, he used to run with like like a gang and stuff. But so when Vinny gets mad, he turns into Cholo Vinny. But normally he's just like kind of emo Vinny. But the more bikers men showed up and stuff, and a couple females and stuff, so they have like a whole group there, and they're like antagonizing us there. I can't wait for these guys to leave, just saying stuff on the side and stuff. I'm like, I'm not about to be dealing with this all night.
Wait,
so he made a
question.
comment. Hold up, before you get to that question, he made a comment, and I was stood up, and I said, "Why don't you shut your?" I'm tired of listening to you talk. We ain't said nothing to you, right? He's like, who you think you're talking to, boy? Basically just like that. And Vinny jumped up.
About, boy?
Yeah, you got a pretty mouth. And Vinny jumped up. He took off his shirt. It was like, what the fuck is up, homeboy? What you gonna do about it? Like, just start flexing. I'm showing tattoos. Like, what's up? He's like, Lopez. He got a tattoo on his back. He's like, you remember that? Like, he just started freaking out on these dudes, and they were like, we don't want no trouble. Like, they changed it to crazy. He went crazy. They were like, oh, we don't want no trouble, man.
Hey, they went from say bar to, excuse me, sir. We don't want any violence.
They were like, we
coming
just wanted to get some Grey Poop on. Like, real quick, just changed their tune, man. But that event was crazy. That's probably the most racist or race-driven event I've ever been in, where it escalated pretty bad. Except for the cowboy fight in Vegas. That was a pretty bad one, too.
Cowboy fight?
Yeah, we almost got in a fight in the casino with a bunch of cowboys because we go to Vegas in December, and it's like the cowboy weekend in December where they do like the rodeo championships.
Uh-huh.
And a bunch of drunk cowboys almost tried to fight me and my boys in the casino.
Goes down on the rodeo.
And we were about to throw down in the casino. The freaking security or the casino security was like, you guys start, one person throws a punch, you're all getting thrown in jail.
What?
So nobody threw a punch. We ended up getting out of there, but it was pretty close. Like,
But
we were
what
about
if
to
it
go
was
at
like
it.
a fly or something? You were trying to swat it with it.
Jail.
Everybody went, what the
I
fuck?
got one question.
Especially us. I don't know about the Cowboys, but I'm
man.
with a bunch of minorities. I ain't got one white person with me. We going to jail.
Man.
What was you doing in Utah?
Utah, for real.
We were camping, and we were gonna. We did whitewater rafting in the Colorado River. It was one of my buddy's ideas.
Was it?
Yep. You asked what I was doing, and I told you that's what it was.
That's what it was?
Yeah, it was actually a cool trip, except for that crap.
Probably you couldn't go to Arizona or Nevada or somewhere. You right next to it.
Arizona ain't got no damn water.
This commercial is brought to you by Vintage Comma Collection. Here's a place where you'll find a unique modern/vintage clothing collection of leggings, joggers, and denim caps, and also jewelry accessories to give you fit that I'm on point like a number 2 pencil type of appearance. Anisha Johnson, founder of Vintage Comma Collection, thanks everyone for the love and the support. You can check her website out at www.vintagecommacollection.bigcartel.com. You can check her Instagram at BD90 for any updates. Also her Twitter at BD90 as well. Thank you.
Great actor. I thought you were talking about. I'm talking about Sir Eric himself. I was about to tell you something about him.
He came a long way from his days in The Wire.
Yeah, it's great. What about Michael C. Hall in The Wire? He be in everything now.
Which one's Michael C. Hall?
Or
Big guy.
Is that his name? The guy that has the cut on his face.
Oh, Michael.
What's his name?
Michael.
What's his last name? It's not Hall.
No, it's not Hall. Michael.
Come again, because I'm lost.
No,
I'm trying to figure out who y'all
Homeboy from The Wire.
The Wire.
He be in everything.
Okay. Oh, that charcoal black dude.
Yeah.
It's a charcoal.
Man, ain't he
Michael
the dude?
something.
Ain't he the dude from what
Michael
movie,
Smith?
man?
No, it's not Smith.
Williams.
Not Williams.
Where is he from?
Yeah,
what movie?
those are
What
too
movie?
basic.
What movie?
The Wire.
I know. I'm saying what other movie?
He was just in.
Maybe I stand corrected. That might be Williams.
He was in what's the Will Smith Suicide Squad?
Oh,
Was he?
Yeah,
Who
he
was
won
in
the
Suicide
Bodyguards or something.
I know he's in RoboCop. He's in everything.
watch
Purge.
He in the Purge?
Yeah, he's
Which
in
one?
Purge.
Number
He's the guy running the rebellion.
Number
in the
one.
Purge.
Is he?
Yep.
And number 1.
Wait, how many
No, number
purges
2.
do they have? Don't
Three.
they have
Number
3?
2 and 3.
They got 3 out.
Y'all
Number
seen
2 and 3. He's the dude
Have
running
y'all
the
seen
rebellion.
3?
2 or 3. 2 and 3.
Have I seen 3?
What's the name?
Michael Williams. You got it. Michael Kenneth Williams. That's why I said. I mean, you might be right. Now that I think about it, you were right, my friend.
Michael Kennedy.
Yeah, I like him.
All right. What's the next one?
Omar.
We're already on our next subject. We talking about it.
What?
Actors.
Oh, you're already going?
Now?
Why not record it? I'm saying we gone and might as well.
So we're gonna talk about the movie Get Out, right? And you guys know what the movie's about, right?
Exactly.
Interracial
What is it about?
relationships.
Not
Interracial
really,
relationship.
man. I mean, that's a piece of it, but it's this white girl who's bringing her black boyfriend to meet parents for the first time, and they live in this small town. And he gets there, and he notices that the town really doesn't have any black people there, and how they're acting toward him because he's a black guy and she had brought home a black guy. But then over time he starts to notice that the town does have black people, but they're really strange. They're acting weird. And he starts to come across information about hypnosis, and they start talking to him about hypnotizing him to help him fix his stress. And he starts to kind of put 2 and 2 together, thinking that these people are slaves to hypnosis.
Chris, you can't give the movie away.
This is from the preview.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got all that
there's
from the
more
preview?
to it. Yeah.
I just like, damn,
Yeah, I watched
a good
it.
movie.
I just see him running.
They gave a lot of the things that you need to know before going into the movie in the preview. But there's a lot of good. This movie's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Damn.
All the critics have given it, so it's going to be a good movie.
It's gonna be number 1 in
But it
booklet.
it does bring it, and I want to see it, but
DVD, man.
it does bring us to the next topic. We were talking about interracial relationships, right? So
That's true.
yeah. How do you want to take this one,
I'm saying.
Big C?
Man.
What about it? Yeah, in relation.
It don't really bother me, seeing as my wife is white
I second that.
and I'm dark caramel, and
I ain't gonna say that.
Dark caramel.
I'm caramel
like dark
mocha.
chocolate.
I'm caramel hazelnut mocha.
They can't see me.
I'm
But,
caramel hazelnut mocha.
You know, it don't really bother you. Go with whoever make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if your girl handling her business, who cares what color she is? As long as you happy with her, because can't nobody else make you happy. Can't nobody else live your life.
Preach.
You know, now once I think about it, everybody in this room is in an interracial relationship. What y'all think about it?
So am I caramel or butterscotch?
You light skinned, brother. You
Or
light
Michael
peanut
skinned,
butter?
You like
So I said
I ain't
peanut
no
butter.
Michael Jackson? What you talking about?
Tan Michael
You
Jackson.
like
I'm
Michael
I'm beat it
Jackson.
Michael Jackson,
You
right?
You
like
said,
10,
no,
Mike.
you like
Like, beat it.
Wait.
Billie Jean?
Michael. Nah.
Billie Jean.
Michael.
You like Michael Jackson save the world with a tan.
Oh,
color.
get out of here, bro. No, that ain't how I get home right now.
I'm just caramel.
Anyway, I like Michael Jackson. But
just caramel.
this is how I feel about this. I feel like when you limit yourself to dating racially because you think that's the right thing to do, I feel like you're cutting off most of the world. I mean, most of your selection in women. I mean, the things that you like about women should be intangibles. It shouldn't just be the color of their skin. If a woman's going to be beautiful, she's going to be beautiful. It's that simple. That's like simple. Now, if you have a thing for black girls, then that's you. Like, because sometimes you have a thing for stuff. My thing is mixed women. I have a thing for mixed women. Most of the time, if I'm in a relationship, actually all the time I've been in a long-term relationship, all my women have been exotically mixed. Sometimes it's as simple as black and white or Mexican and white, but sometimes it's Chinese and Spanish or Mexican Italian. You know, they're always like mixed. And
all nationalities over here.
In my own personal experience,
bad and bougie.
This is how it is for me. If I walked into a room with a bunch of perfect specimen of all races and women,
yes,
I would pick the black girl. Because what I noticed is, like, when the black girl is super pretty, she's better than the white girl that's pretty or the Mexican girl that's pretty to me. Like, and I've seen that in groups before, and I'm like, man, the black girl is beautiful. But if it's not that type of scenario, I'm not really that attracted to black women. And I think that it has a lot to do with when I was younger and I grew up in Detroit, all I'd see is black girls. And like, that's all I would know. And, you know, you sit there and you watch movies and you watch TV and, you know, shows and stuff, and you see all these like beautiful women in Hollywood, and they look nothing like the women you see every day in the hood and the women that you get used to there. And when I think first of all, I despise ghetto women. I don't care if you're black, white. I despise ghetto women, you know, and I think that's from my history. But also, I think that the reason why my attraction is a lot less to black women is because after growing up in the ghetto and seeing that all I had a choice of was black women, and even the best one was like, you know, and I was going to settle for that. But then after my mom remarried and we moved to the suburbs, I was seeing girls that were like the girls you see on TV, like white girls that were just beautiful, you know, like the girls you dreamed about. You're like, wow, that's a beautiful woman on TV, you know what I mean? And I'm sure like some of these girls that are down in the ghetto, if they got hooked up with some of the things the girls that are on TV got hooked up with, they'd probably be gorgeous too. But that's not what I had seen, you know, that's not the things that I was like, wow, would I ever see a girl like that? And I'm seeing these girls as I'm going through school, and I'm like, holy crap. And I think that that's what kind of changed my perception. You know, it's like, I want to be with the girl that looks like the girl that I dreamed about in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like that, I want to be with that type of girl. But I think the reason I go for mixed girls and not just straight white girls more times than not is because I'm still kind of attracted to a woman of color, but in a different way, I guess. Yeah. And so that's why I feel that
fried chicken, how
that kind of evolved, you know, kind of like that. I like fried chicken though. I told you about these L's,
cool,
but that's when that circle, that closed circle that you feel like you'll never get out of opens, you're more inclined to kind of veer toward those things that are outside the circle, because it's like if somebody's in jail and they get out of jail and life is wonderful outside of jail, they ain't gonna worry about stuff that happened in jail.
But yeah, my view on in a relationship is, I'm gonna say like Pop says, life is all about choices. He wanted me to give him a shout out, so I'm gonna give him a shout out. But
shout out to Pops.
Shout out to Pops, man. Life is all about choices, man. Whatever makes you happy, you float with it. Because chick, she can be of your nationality and she can be banging, but if she
don't want to do nothing,
man, if she don't want to do nothing, Joan, what? If she ain't trying to bring nothing to the table, if you ain't progressing in your life, next. Gotta move on, you heard me? That's point blank period, man, because skin color don't matter. So why we teaching our kids that? That's what I want to know. You be surprised what you can teach a kid about, just, simply just being you. You heard me? I never thought, honestly, that I'll marry outside of my race. But then again, my grandmother's like 95% white, so I'm saying, how can I discriminate? Especially when she cold. Shout out to my wife for sexy stuff.
Well, no, this is the question I always ask people. If you got two girls, one girl is black girl, say she don't want to do nothing, don't really have no goals or nothing like that, don't even want to work. But then you got another girl who just like a different nationality or whatever, but she got goals. She got, working toward her goals, got a job and all this stuff. And you can see she want to do something. Now, common sense will tell you which one to pick.
Remember, you're selling common sense now.
Yeah, you're right. People don't get it. Let's forget that one.
That's not a given.
Yeah.
But I also, my family is always very accepting, and obviously my mom married a white man in the end. And I mean, you set that example for your kids to be very accepting. My kids, and I think mixing races, you make beautiful children too. That's another thing that's cool. And my kids are gonna grow up, and mine's are mutts. I mean, they're Mexican, black, and white. So, but it's all good. There's ain't nothing wrong with being a mutt. People always say, there's something wrong with being a mutt, but you got a little bit of African in you, and a little bit of Latin in you, and I think it's a good thing.
I got my little one on the way within about 3 to 4 weeks now, man. I can't wait to see who he gonna look like.
Congratulations.
Man. Your kid's gonna
Thank you.
Your kid's gonna be able to cook and do salsa dancing.
They gonna get the best of all of them. I just wish that Bree knew Spanish so she could teach him Spanish, but she don't know Spanish. Bree's like 90% white, 10% Mexican. Like she grew up with her mom, and all her brothers and sisters are white. Oh. But her dad is Latino, and he speaks Spanish, and she has a brother and sister that also can speak some Spanish too. But she never got really that opportunity. But I mean, it's all good. The one thing about society and just being conscious is it's not the easiest thing. Like, I'm glad my kids are kids of color, and so their advantage is kind of neutral because they do have that color. And unfortunately, the African Americans are disadvantaged in society, and just the way we're portrayed and just the way things are portrayed, even in your subconscious, you think that they're bad. Like, why is light good and dark is bad? Or why do killer bees have to be Africanized bees? They're not even coming from Africa. You think they flew all the way across or people brought over one bee and then they colonized? And no, they're not. They call them Africanized bees because they're killer bees and they do harm. Like, people don't think about that stuff. When you read about that kid that got stung 400 times by Africanized bees, it's like, these bees are coming from South America. They're not Africanized bees, but they say those things. No, he didn't die. He got rescued by a firefighter. Thank God he was there. And he came in. The firefighter was allergic to bees, and he got stung like 25 times, and he survived too. So it was a good scenario, but that's just like a small example of something that people don't catch. It's always bad. And I remember back when I used to watch the news, and every time something bad happened, it would be some black guy up on TV or black kid up on TV they show. Yeah. And I know that there's crime that happened all over the place, and they just, they put that in your head, that fear. And I think that's why, a lot of people have fears of the African American male in the United States because of that. But I think it's expanded now. People don't trust anybody anymore.
And that's true, man. And that's true, man.
In the hood, that's like a natural.
We don't trust each other, They decided to give us liquor and guns on every corner so that we can kill each other, and that's what we're doing, and that's sad. It's like, we are supposed to be brothers. We're supposed to stand up together.
Supposed to unite,
you don't see the Asian people out there doing that. You see them, they come together. They start buying properties and keep their money in-house and make a ton of money. You see the Arabs out there buying corner stores back in Michigan, making tons of money. I remember the kids go to my high school driving Escalades at 16 years old because their parents made so much money. But the African American community does not do those things.
We don't
and
buy
we should be
property.
for each other, but
We
we're
buy
not.
rims.
They turn us against each other because that's what they're doing subconsciously. They're just turning us against each other.
They put us in this, to be honest with you, I feel like they direct like somewhat music. They put so much of it out, negativity music, like negative wise, man, and these kids want to do that. So they feel and believe you got it because you got a Crown Vic with some 22s on it with some banger system. What are you doing?
Well,
what can you show?
It go by your surroundings.
But see, I'm saying honestly, that's like one of the biggest things in the hood. Because if you go in the projects, man, you see a lot of dope boys, bro.
Yeah,
that's what they have, and these kids want to be that. So they escape from actually trying to go somewhere positive. Be like, man, I'm trying to escape the hood. It's only those cats that be like, man, I don't see what's the value in that. Value in a gold piece, a gold chain. Or even just stunt, say, man, look what I got, you heard me? This me, this what I got. I never liked that, man. Because stunt ain't going to get you nowhere. But your chain taken.
And then in the hood, yeah, somebody's going to want what you got.
And that's right.
And the white executives or Jewish executives out there that own the record labels like, let's get this music out there. You know,
And
let's make as much money off as possible, send the wrong messages down to the kids who don't think that they have a choice in the matter, and have them idolize these guys for things that maybe they used to do, but they don't do no more. Eminem don't live in Detroit no more, you know. Like, I guess that's a bad example, but but a lot of these rappers, you know, they don't live in the hoods that they used to live in. Jay-Z ain't out there dealing dope no more, you know. Why don't they make song about being a successful businessman and some of the business things they do on the side? But that's not the stuff that people want to hear, or the stuff that they want to put out there on the records, because it's not sending the right message to the ghetto kids. They don't want them to be successful.
Yeah, man, he just got a what is that? A Checkers?
Oh, he did.
He's a CEO,
but he ain't gonna say that in his music.
No,
probably
never.
Not.
And that's my point.
On a podcast.
My uncle said, as I told you earlier, the black man in America is expected to fail. You, when you're born, from the moment you're born, you're expected to fail. Your surroundings prove that. There's, like I was telling you about the education, just a yin and yang of education from when I moved from Detroit to this. Were you here when I was talking about that? It was unbelievable. Like, I was an A student in Detroit, but an A student in Detroit is mediocre compared to an A student out in Oakland County that's 30 minutes north. Like, the educations were completely different, and I was blessed enough to be able to get out and get that education up there, but that's just, you're expected to fail because you're set up to fail. You're either expected to be in jail or to die. And it's horrible. And my uncle would say, don't be a statistic. You get out there and prove them wrong. We need more successful African-American males. And that starts with your decision making. You need to be responsible about your decisions. So I was lucky enough to have a good male there to guide me, you know, a good African-American male to guide me. And they've been through some stuff too, you know.
And that's what we need. And from their experience, and, you know, they man-to-man talks, man, that's when, you know, we come in and we spread the love. Even though we know these kids now are knuckleheads because they feel as if, hey, man, well, Lil Wayne and them talked about it, let me do it. But they go to show you, they still give them that money, but know that everything that they talking about, 2 out of 3, they going to either planning on these kids or that's what they actually doing. You know what I'm saying? Like Bobby Shmurda. Did I even say that right? What's his name? Bobby Shmurda.
Tupac Shakur?
No, man, Bobby Shmurda.
Oh, Bobby Smurda.
It's Shmurda. It's Smurda?
I thought you were trying to say something else.
Nah, man,
Bobby Smurda.
Man, how many years he got? I think they added some more.
15.
He had
got 7.
I thought he had 7.
Well, yeah, he got in some more trouble, I guess.
But then his partners and them got like 130 years.
Yeah, they got like 130.
Why didn't they just stop at 50?
They got to make an example out of somebody.
The African American male.
Yeah.
The ones that are the majority of the incarcerated. I mean, it's unbelievable. But I'll tie it back to our topic so we can move on. That's another good thing about interracial relationships is we're blending cultures. And so the more we can blur that line, the better off we'll be within destroying it at one point in the future.
And that's true.
It's going to take some time, but the diversity, I mean,
you know what it takes? Honestly, man, it takes the love of a child being born from an interracial couple, for sometimes for grandparents and great grandparents or whatnot to accept that, and from there, that's when they see a whole different type of life, and they'll probably honestly and tell you, well, at one point I was a very hateful, person, and by them having an interracial grandchild, man, it just brings a whole new light, a whole new world to their world, and that's true, man. It takes some time.
Sometimes it fixes it, but sometimes people just disown.
And that's
their
true.
Kids for dating outside their race.
That's who you know who's real hateful.
True, but I actually hear a little less about that happening more than I hear about them actually accepting it. Bree had an incident like that where her baby boy was born. His dad is half black, half white, and her mom's husband was, you call him kind of racist.
Yeah.
But he fell in love with Braden, and that changed his perception. And sometimes it's all it takes, and that's a good thing.
And that's a good thing, yeah, man. Because they'd be like, "Well, I never would have thought this, in a million years." But it's a beautiful thing. How can It is always ties up, man. Ooh.
Then we got the trick topic.
Oh,
now.
we got Mr. Gas No Brakes, Chris from Detroit himself.
Chris B.
Man, that boy don't stop talking, boy.
We got the crazy one because I got a lot of good stuff.
He got a lot of good stories, man. We gonna need like a part 6. I ain't gonna lie, cause we like only on the third topic.
It's gonna be a good one.
This gonna be a good one.
Hey, just filter it down and break it into pieces.
We gonna break this down, man. All right.
It's all good. Like,
It's
and
all good.
I told you I got stories for days. I got some crazy ones, but we ain't got to get into that because that probably be keep us here all night. But y'all
man.
be like, no way that happened.
So
like,
you said your dad do music, so you know quite a bit about music, right?
Yep, I do.
All right, ask me next.
So what's the last great black boy band group?
The last great one.
The last great black band.
Black boy or
Black boy band group.
Probably New Edition.
So you ain't. What about Pretty Ricky?
Heck no, man.
What about Silk? Jodeci. What about
Silk is like one hit.
Jodeci's
a good one.
What's
Jodeci's a good one.
B2K?
B2K. B2K was okay.
They
So
was like
B2K
New Edition.
was not bad. It's just around the time they came out, they got on my nerves because that's all of the high school girls
Man.
was like all about it.
Oh, so you trying to say when New Edition came out?
But not when I was in high school.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a
hope
youngster when New Edition came out.
You and this man, you used to be rolling on some New Edition, man. You crazy?
What
Yeah,
about Immature?
Immature wasn't bad, but they were kind of... See, you picking people who weren't... The only people that you're picking that were established is Jodeci, and I guess maybe B2K. Silk, one hit wonder, meeting in my bedroom. Come on, man.
112.
112 is okay. That's a good... I actually really do like 112, though.
Wait.
That's a good one. I'll take
TGT?
112. I'll take 112.
Oh man, they can't even make through an interview together.
I see that.
What about Boys to Men? But see,
Oh,
you said...
that's a good one.
That's the
Not
thing,
that
though.
recent,
You
though.
said boys.
Yeah, boys.
That's why I didn't
younger.
That's why I didn't pick like
Yeah.
big groups like that because you said boys. That's why I said
Okay,
New
so
Edition.
so I guess it'd just be B2K and Pretty Ricky.
B2?
Pretty
Pretty
Ricky,
Ricky
Ricky,
don't
Ricky.
count,
They
bro.
don't count, man.
They got one song, "Grind on Me." That's
they had a
it.
couple.
No, see,
Late Night Special. That was a jam. I like the beat though.
I ain't
yeah, I just
a couple
yeah, B2K.
compared to like hits. Come on,
Yeah, I just
man.
think B2K.
B2K probably outdone them on that.
I'll
I'm
give
pretty
B.
sure
I'll
it
probably
had to
give
be
B2K
another
a little
band-
bit more credit. They
another
just
boy
came out at a
band
different
group.
time, man.
Well, who
Because
though?
they
What you okay? You
Something.
talking
Candy
about?
Rain?
You
What
talking
song?
about?
No, they had one song.
You talking about rap, R&B, or just period? Youngsters.
boy
period.
band group? I'm talking about like singers, like
Singers,
B2K type.
B2K.
I can't think of nobody else after B2K.
Really wanting to.
B2K and New Edition
There wasn't nobody else.
of young boys
Yeah.
singing. Nah, not that I can think. Immature.
sure?
You said immature.
Immature. Yeah, they were pretty good.
They weren't bad.
Yeah, wait.
They weren't established either though. Marcus Houston
You don't
was
think they was
talented.
established? They had a couple
They had
of songs.
two albums that had like 2 or 3 songs. Come on, man.
It's somebody we missing. Who are we missing? It's another group out there. B2K.
When I think of young boy bands, I think of New Edition, and I was young when that came out, but I know they had tons of hits. B2K, I guess they could be up there too. Like they had some hits and stuff, but I wasn't really impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't listened to them, but I know they was up there.
I wasn't really impressed by them. But you know, that's your topic. I thought you were gonna ask me who was the best like band. Like probably
the best band.
Probably the Time.
That's a lot of bands.
Yeah.
Man.
The Time. I'll pick one. The Time is the best band. The Time. The Time used to run the revolution off the stage. People would come. Prince put the Time together because he wanted to still have a funk band because he wanted to try the new sound of the 80s. So he brought his cousin Morris Day in to take over the Time. But the Time were jealous because the revolution was always the star act. But what would happen is that the Time would come and they outplay the crap out of the revolution. So people start coming to only see the Time, and they had like this little rivalry when they were playing. Yeah. And actually, the Time was the better band. They produced some crazy good people. You got Bootsy Collins and all sorts of like great talent from the funk era. So it's easy for me to pick a band. I mean, you got some good ones though, like the Gap Band.
The Isley Brothers.
You got some.
So wait. What are you going off of? Like, you going off the legacy of each person in the group, or are you going off record sales?
I'm going off skills. Skills, man. That's what I'm going off.
Because greatness now is considered like longevity in record sales.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I'm going on pure skill of music. If you good enough band to run the revolution off stage, then you're a good band, man. Because Prince put the best. Because Prince is probably the best guitarist of the era, man. He's just unbelievable. So if he put a band together, you know they were legit.
You think he better? You think he better than Jimi Hendrix?
Yep.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes, I do. Jimi Hendrix is bad though, but I think Prince is better guitarist. I think he's a better musician overall.
He did all the
maybe that's the right word, but I mean, you got big people who play the guitar that say that Prince is the best guitarist of the era.
Who would you compare to Prince now, or artists out now?
Ooh, that's hard, man. You don't have artists going this hard. You don't.
You know what I liked? Did you guys see Bruno Mars do the Prince tribute?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
You know what? Yup.
He killed it. I didn't know he could play the guitar. I knew he could play the guitar. I didn't know he could play that good. I like people who are versatile, who could play all sorts of instruments, because that's something I wish I could do.
That's what my mama
loves. That's why I like Prince so much. My mom was obsessed with Prince, so that's why I like Prince so much. But there's another person that can play almost every instrument that don't get no credit, because black people probably don't listen to his music very much. But it's Kid Rock. Kid Rock could play like every single instrument. He was there in Arizona when the Super Bowl was there. He was outside doing the concert, the Super Bowl, and he could play every instrument on that stage like a pro.
Yeah.
Every one. The keyboard, the guitar, the bass, the drums, all of it. He was playing everything. And I was like, wow, like I never knew he was that good at it. And there's not a lot of people that could do that. Prince is one of those people that could do that. I think Bruno Mars is close. I think he can play guitar and drums.
Whoa.
But that's crazy. I don't know if he could play keyboard, though. But yeah, so I answered your topic.
Detroit, right?
You wasn't going to stump me. That topic.
I have to come with a hard one next time.
Yeah, you're going to have to come with it.
Yeah, tongue twister. What's the next topic?
What's the next topic, man? AAU basketball. Man. AAU basketball.
What do you want to talk about AAU basketball? Did you guys play AAU basketball?
You know what? I never did.
I did. Did you play AAU basketball?
I was close. But do you think it's killing basketball now? Because some kids don't even play high school. They just play straight AAU. Rather than, you used to want to be like the person at your school.
I would say that AAU basketball is kind of like my situation with being in Detroit and then being in the suburbs. AAU basketball is like a privileged system. Like, you need to know people. You could be really good and not know anybody and not ever play AAU basketball. there are some kids that I knew that were good that never played AAU basketball that could play better than a lot of the dudes that were on the team I played for. It's very demanding, but it's kind of like a fraternity almost. Yeah. You have connections there. A lot of talent comes out of AAU basketball because it's seen, because the exposure, and I really think that that's what it's like. So I don't know if ruining basketball is the right way to put it, but it's definitely changing it a lot, and a lot of talent goes missed because it doesn't have the exposure. So, I mean, there's people who like Chris Webber. He played AAU basketball, but he also played at Country Day too, and he got he had a pretty good career. Jalen Rose ain't never played no AAU basketball. He graduated from Southwestern High School, and my dad went to school at. And, so they had a lot of. Who else came out of there? Howard Isley came out of Southwestern High School. Who else? One more person. I can't remember. But he was telling me they had a bunch of basketball talent came out of Southwestern High School in Detroit.
No, like the rough part, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was pretty rough. All parts of Detroit's rough, but back then Southwestern was pretty rough. Yeah. So I don't know. Speaking of basketball, everybody was saying that New Orleans made a good move to trade for Demarcus Cousins. But for me, I don't think that was that good of a move because you got Anthony Davis, and I feel like they're
gonna take away from each other.
I think that basketball is about spacing and about filling a role. And I feel like Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins plays the same role. That's why they were both scored over 25 points on their first game together, and they still got killed. They still lost. I think that wasn't a good look. I was expecting them to get like a Paul George or something like that.
Ooh,
in that scenario,
would have been a good look right there.
Yeah. Then you have the role field, the spacing on the court. You have the playmaker at the guard position. You have the playmaker at the center, power forward position, whatever Anthony Davis likes to refer himself to. He said he don't like being a center or whatever. I don't know.
He don't.
But you surround them with role players, people who can hit the outside 3-point shot, and you got a playoff contender. Right there. I mean, the trade for DeMarcus Cousins, they're going to have to figure out a new system to make two bigs who are efficient scorers work.
Two scoring bigs.
Yeah, two scoring bigs and two big rebounding bigs, and one's going to take away from the other. And I don't really know how that's going to go. So that trade is like, eh.
Well, DeMarcus is due for a contract extension after this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
So he'd probably be leaving anyway and probably go to the Lakers.
I could see that.
Because Anthony Davis is locked in, so that's his team in his city, so he really not going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere.
Do you guys like LeBron James?
Yeah, I do.
I do too. I don't really have people.
Him.
I don't really have people. I don't understand how you could really have beef with the guy. I mean, they say he whines all the time, but imagine people trying to stop a 260-pound, 6'9", big muscular dude barrel into the hoop. Of course they're going to grab him or foul him hard as he goes to the hoop. They're not going to be able to stop him. So when LeBron be complaining because he gets fouled a lot, he do get fouled a lot. I mean, it's his right to complain. I think people, he's a crybaby, but you ain't him. You ain't got that type of strength. I mean,
you see some
I try
of the
to
things
use my muscle.
about?
Yeah, I try to use muscle, and I try to play big sometimes when I play basketball, and sometimes you got to get on me hard to stop me, but I'm expecting that. And like I know he expects it, but it's his right. If the ref's not calling something that's difficult, I think people just give him a hard time. But people are like, yeah, he's whining and crying, and he needed another playmaker. And now he's saying Darren Williams is going to go to the team, and that's a big move because Darren Williams is very talented. I think he'll fit in their system very well. But people are starting to get upset because the Cavs are stacking their team. But I'm like, Golden State stacked their team too. But now basketball might be boring because we already know what two teams are going to make it to the finals, and that's the part that annoys me.
Well, what I don't understand is everybody is NBA players. So how can one person or one team be better than you when you made it to the top of basketball for a reason?
You can make it to the NBA if you work your tail off and you have some talent. But some of these guys are just more gifted than others. It's just how it goes. Some people are gifted with more height. Some people are gifted with
Hops.
better hair. Some people are gifted, that's just how it works, dog. I mean, seriously, that's just how it works.
Shout out to Ben Wallace.
And LeBron was gifted with the talent of being a great basketball player. He's better than everybody that's playing right now, and that's the truth. And I'm a fan of other players outside of LeBron, but I gotta admit that he's the best right now. Even though they don't want to admit it. I like Durant a lot. I don't like how he left. Westbrook I still like a lot. I like how Harden's doing good too. I wasn't really a Harden fan, but I like him this season. I like how he's doing good and changed that team. And I knew that big MD Mike D'Antoni was going to do something good with them. Because he was running the Suns when I was living in Phoenix, and the Suns were like just up and down the court with Steve Nash.
They had Steve Nash.
Oh, Steve Nash and Dragic.
No,
Steve
Nash was way before Dragic.
They played together, didn't they?
No, they didn't play together.
Dragic was with Isaiah and Bledsoe.
Yeah, Dragic came in with Isaiah and Bledsoe, and Nash played one season on the Lakers when he came over to the Suns. But
so wait, do you think LeBron gets so much hate because of social media out now compared to if MJ was out back then and all this social media was around, they probably say the same thing about him.
Maybe, yeah, but see, that's the thing. I respect Michael Jordan, but I don't like the guy. I'm a Pistons fan. I hated Michael Jordan. Why would I like him? I hated the freaking Bulls.
Here we go.
I was a Bad Boys fan. I'm a Pistons fan. I'm from Detroit, so screw Jordan. I loved how they threw him around. He better hit the weight room. Hit the weight room. That's why I tell people all the time when I throw him around, hit the weight room.
Oh man,
you gotta put that muscle on, man. He did, though. He did what he needed to do, but then they started picking on Scottie Pippen. Gave that fool a migraine. He said he didn't want to play because he had a migraine. Oh, he was getting bullied by the Bad Boys. That's
they
why.
Were tackling people out there.
Yeah, they were tearing people up. That was back when basketball was fun, though, man.
I know, they don't let
But, same with Kobe. I respect Kobe. Man. And I kind of like Kobe, too. Kobe.
Do you think Kobe could lead a team?
Do I think he could lead a team in his prime? Hell yeah, he could lead a team. Not now.
You have some solid players. Yes, indeed, man.
Well, yeah,
the Black Mamba's the man.
But do you think Kobe, you switch Kobe and LeBron, do you think Kobe could do what LeBron did?
Absolutely.
And take his team all the way to the final by himself. Lead his team in every category. You telling me Kobe
lead
his
team in every category? No, that's not Kobe Bryant. It's not the way he plays ball.
That's
but he could lead his team to the title.
But
assist-wise, LeBron.
I'm talking about back in the day when LeBron took a team.
And stuff.
When LeBron took a team full of scrubs to the finals, he did everything.
Let's not talk about that. They beat the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals because Daniel Boobie Gibson was hitting 3-pointers. Nobody even heard of this guy. He was hitting
he's from Texas. He's an NBA player.
Where's he at now?
He's married to Keisha Cole.
Where's he at though?
Oh no, he's back in Texas.
They divorced.
What team he played for?
He played for stay-at-home dads.
That's too long. Exactly.
Stay-at-home dads.
Exactly. Coming in and being that type of player. He scored 27 points in the game we got eliminated, and he hit 6 3-pointers in a row.
Like everybody on the Pistons were just big-name players.
No, that's the thing that worked about the Pistons.
They said about
but they
Ben Wallace.
They didn't just roll out of bed and come hit 6 threes in a basketball game.
Where did Ben Wallace come from before he went to Detroit? Come on now,
before
you know
he
your
went
team.
to Detroit.
Yeah, where did he come from? Ben Wallace.
What team was he on?
Here we go.
I know this.
See, look, he don't even know.
Just because he ain't never get in the game.
So,
what was he on, the Mavericks?
No.
Which one?
The Wizards.
Oh, the Wizards. Okay. Yeah, he was on the Wizards. I remember now. And then she was on the Trailblazers.
See?
Oh, my God. Rasheed Wallace is my favorite, bro.
Where did Richard Hamilton come from?
Rip Hamilton?
Before he went to Detroit.
I know he came from UConn.
That's where he came from. I just tested you. Where did Billups come from?
Killing me, dude. Billups came from Minnesota. I know my stuff, man. Yeah, he came from the Timberwolves. He's good friends with Kevin Garnett. Billups is a journeyman. He was in Minnesota. He was in Seattle. He was in Seattle for a bit too. Yeah, he was all over the place.
He used to move around before he made it to Detroit.
Man,
he turned out to be one of the best point guards He's bad.
That was
man.
my guy back in the day.
The guy who could come off the
was that?
screen and shoot as a point guard, he was the one that made that real good. So come off the screen shoot.
Who team was that?
Who? What do you mean?
Who team was the Detroit Pistons at that time? Who team would you say that was? Rasheed, Rip, Billups, Wallace, Prince.
I
Who
said
team?
none of them. None of them.
It was all their team.
They
That's
played
why
as
they
a team.
That's what made them so good. Tayshaun Prince had a 7-foot wingspan. Billups had the best in and out I've ever seen. He's so the in and out, the being real slow and then going real fast and then being real slow. I've never seen the player have that type of in and out. Rip Hamilton was just coming off screens, just running everywhere. And
He
then
didn't
stop.
I'm like Billups. Go real slow. Take off real slow.
So
you like backups.
Don't
You
go
like
nowhere.
Billups. You like backups.
I'll say backups.
Fill-ins.
He said fill-ins. He ain't go. Oh man.
What we got next?
Man, what we got next, man? Oh, we talked about that, man. So what's coming up next for you, Chris, bro? What you got going? What's coming up next?
What's
Coming
your
up
journey
next
from
for me?
here? What you got coming up next, Chris? Any big plans?
We talking about trying to have another kid because we want to have a
Ooh,
daughter.
Oh, that's too big, Chris. Let's go back. I don't want my girl to hear that.
That's not until like the end of the year. But yeah, we talking about that. We about to upgrade to a minivan.
Ooh, minivan man, soccer dad.
Told you I got the trip and the cruise in May.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
Okay, tripping the crew.
you need somebody to hold your bag.
Taking my
if you pay for
kids to the
ticket.
park. Tomorrow after basketball.
If you're gonna be able to move.
Nah, I'm gonna be killing. I always kill. What y'all done thought? Y'all be there seeing? You don't be acting like you be seeing.
Yeah,
Sometimes though, man, I
Here
get
we go.
tired.
Here
and
we go.
I
There's
have
the
some
truth coming
problems,
out now.
but
That's just like 90% of the time.
the
you
first
be
three
tired.
games, the first three games, you know what's coming. But
Yeah, first
after
5
that,
minutes.
After
you gotta
that,
make
that's a wrap.
after
Be
that,
like,
that's pretty much a
man.
wrap. I get the ball and shoot an open shot. I'd be lucky to hit the rim. I'd be so
lucky to
tired.
hit something. Look.
But I do all the work.
Oh, yeah.
I do the rebounding, the screening, the running the court, all that stuff.
You trying to make it sound like he LeBron?
I am on the court. No,
LeBron James.
if you had to compare your game to a professional player, who would you compare your game to?
Let me see.
To a freshman player.
I say probably
Professional player, who would you?
Professional.
Yeah, who would you pay? compare your game
I
to?
say mine like a mixture between.
Don't be cheating, bro.
You want to say LeBron?
Don't you dare say LeBron. Get out of here,
I say Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
So you be diamond.
Yeah,
You? I'm more like a Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Give me
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Okay,
I see that, man. I like to cut, man. Do a lot of that cutting, fast breaking.
you got a pretty nice fadeaway.
Who, me? Yeah. I got a little Kobe in me from YouTube. You know, I ain't gonna trip.
Well, who you compare yourself to?
That's what I was gonna say. You said LeBron, but I wouldn't compare myself to. You know who I
said
play
Brian.
like? I play
Brian.
like Andre
Brian.
Iguodala. That's who I
You
compare
like
myself
Iguodala?
to.
Yeah?
Andre.
Before injury, like Andre
He
Iguodala.
was flying from the free throw.
I was gonna say Brian.
Brian who? I was gonna say
Scalabrine.
Bro, you look like Matt Bonner when you play.
Oh damn!
You be throwing up shots like Brent Barry.
He won a championship.
He did. Go for Brent. Go for Brent. Bro,
That's
you
all,
be
man.
looking like Sean Marion out there.
Oh,
He
that
won a
jumper.
championship,
He
He
did
did,
with
though.
Dallas.
and he was all star
And
a
he,
couple times.
was he?
Yeah, in Phoenix.
I say Iguodala because I play good defense. I could post, and then I could shoot, but it's like all right. Like if I get an open shot, I'll hit it. But contested shots are like kind of 50-50, so I'll choose my shots wisely. You know what I mean? But that's why I pick Iguodala. Before, when I was in my prime and I was playing a lot, I was like Ray Allen, like Rip Hamilton. Not
just run
as
off
good as
the
a shooter as
screen.
Ray Allen.
So
Come
you
on,
used
Ray
to
Allen was
run.
my favorite, and I used to mimic him. Yeah, I would run everywhere, between screens, all around people, all over the place, until I got myself an opening to pull up for a jumper. In high school, that's how I played.
Ooh, well, yeah, that's not bad.
I was skinny as crap then too. I'd probably die trying to do that. I wouldn't even make it to 3 games.
I was still
one
chubby.
game. I'd be tired.
Man, high school, I was slim.
I
ain't like
chubby.
football.
I
ain't like basketball.
You didn't? Football was my favorite sport.
Football was
Basketball was my second favorite sport.
I was chubby, but I had
I like
hands.
wrestling too. Wrestling was cool.
Wrestling?
You had wrestling at your school?
Some wrestled, not me.
We ain't had that.
We had in the
Bro,
backyard.
my high school was like none of y'all never seen. Did y'all go to high school in the hood?
Yeah.
See, I didn't go to high school in the hood.
Oh, you're right.
My high school
My
was so
fault. Sorry about
crazy.
that.
Listen, you had to pass the swim test to graduate. You had to swim a mile and pass the test to graduate.
How
my high
many
school.
black people's in your school?
Actually, it was a lot of black people. I'm not even joking.
Man, the first spot.
Let's say if I were to break it down in proportion, it's like 90% white people. Like, let's say 7% Asian, 2% black, and 1% everything else. That's my high school. 2% in the rich neighborhood is a lot of black people, guys. I'm talking, we got 800 and something kids in our 800 and something seniors in our school. It was a big school. So 2%.
2% like 40 people, right?
Yeah, that's about right. Seniors, not just. I'm talking about in my grade.
Yeah.
2%, 2% milk.
Dang.
2% milk.
That's not bad for the suburbs, bro. I'm telling you, the average income of homes out there is $89,000. The average. That's the average income. Yeah, my buddy Josh, he's half black, half Filipino. He's one of the dudes that was in my dance crew back then. His mom lived in L.A., but he moved over here to stay with his grandma. His grandma lived in Rochester Hills. Man, this lady's house, she had a 6-bedroom house, fully finished basement with a sauna, office, weight room.
In the basement?
In the basement. Fully finished. It was like a whole nother house down there, a bar. Yeah, like unbelievable. Then you go upstairs on the second floor where the kitchen and the living room stuff is like huge and open. And then upstairs, she got like 5 bedrooms up there. And all the houses over there were insane. And Chauncey Billups lived like in the next subdivision next to that. And his house was massive.
Yeah,
man. All the
house was huge, but all good things must come to a break, come to an end, come to a halt. You heard me. Inspirational quote of the day. Man. Always do your best. What you plant now, you will harvest later. That was deep.
Can I get one too?
Oh. He got something.
Oh, Chris got one. What you got?
Mine's always come from Bruce Lee because Bruce Lee is the most inspirational person that I've ever heard. I don't know if you ever listened to any of his interviews or when he's given explanations on stuff. He says, be better than you were yesterday. That's the quote. Be better than you were yesterday.
There you go. You can't get more positive than that.
Can't leave me out.
Okay. What you got?
Nothing.
And I'm out.
Be like water, my friends.
Move like
What?
water. Move like
It's a new
grasshopper.
Bruce Lee quote. It says water's not constant. It has no consistency.
So keep moving?
Water flows.
I thought you were trying to say keep moving.
Hmm?
I thought you were trying to say keep moving.
Right. Water flows.
Water
it adapts. The wind touches it. It ripples. Water's loose. It's open. It's
Poetic.
It's pure.
It's poetic.
Like Bruce Lee always said, be like water.
Be like water.
He got the point.
Then you shall move
You need
swiftly.
to listen to Bruce Lee, man. He's very inspirational person. He's got a lot of good stuff. That's why he was able to accomplish so much stuff.
I bet, man. That probably gave him so much.
Bruce Lee believed that he could out bench press a bodybuilder because he said you can do anything you put your mind to. Like if you mentally believe that you can bench that, then you can do it. You just have to really lose yourself in your thought. Like you have to have the mental capacity to accept it. That's why he said I mentally accepted that I can do push-ups on my pinky fingers, and he could.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that mental capacity. He could do push-ups like this on his pinky fingers. It's insane. That's how he developed the 1-inch punch.
Oh yeah, the close.
Man, all that power from one end. Ooh.
I'm gonna try that.
It's fantastic, man.
I'm gonna try the pinky thing.
Hey, Bruce Lee's from Seattle too, guys. You guys.
You went to his grave site, didn't you?
No, I didn't go yet. I want to go though.
So you pass it like every day.
I do. I don't know.
It's in Renton.
Wait, which one is it in?
Where is it?
In Renton, up on
Don't say about Renton Tech.
Yeah, you pass it when you go up to Renton Tech. When you go up that big hill, it's that grave site right there on the.
That ain't a grave site right there. Isn't
the graveyard?
Is it right there?
The graveyard going up that big hill. The graveyard's right there on the right, and he over there.
What?
It's not by Sunset. Wait, that is Sunset.
It's by Renton Tech.
I know.
Sunset. That's
no. It's on Renton Highlands. It's in Renton Highlands.
Okay, so that's two different exits then.
I go through the Highlands when I'm going up to Renton.
No, well, Renton Tech is up in Renton Highlands.
Yeah. I know which one you talking. No, I'm saying, man, isn't it like two different? There's one where you go deep far in the back of the Highlands, and then there's one. Man, yeah, son, tripping. We must leave, even though we still got this in. But yeah, man, holla at y'all later from the Bazadum. You heard me? With the D-A, not the T-H-E.
Thanks again, Chris. We appreciate
holla
it.
At you.
Anytime.
Go!